Today we're going to do a quick review on the Omron Gold Ore. It's a wrist blood pressure monitor, and we just received this. We already had one that we had been using, but it's now 7 years old and frankly is in need of a replacement. So not much here on the box itself. 5-year warranty. Everything is in English and in French. It is Bluetooth and it's for 2 people. So in a minute we'll show you the app where you'll be able to send this information directly to the app, and it'll keep tabs for you, and it works for 2 people, 2 different people. Let's quickly open it up. Don't believe there's going to be much in there, of course. So here we go. We open it up. And inside the box we have a register, and I guess that will help for the warranty. A quick start guide, and we'll take a look at it as we set it up. Instruction manual, which is just a lot more writing than the quick start guide, and the same in French. So inside, very little. Here's the actual unit. I don't know if you could see the Omron here, and it's in a case, it's a hard case, plasticky. Shows you where to put it, how to put it on to measure. Shows you put it on your wrist, facing up from your wrist, and that you raise, and it looks like lower. We'll have to read that, of course. And it comes with 2 batteries, Maxwell batteries, and we have the white version, which has a covering on it, as you can see there. And let's look at the instructions and decide how to set it up and give you an idea of what it looks like. One is download the app, which I have just done, and I created an account. So you can see it's on both the App Store for Apple and the Google Play Store. So I've downloaded the app, I've created an account, and now next I'm going to install the batteries. So open the battery cover, and it looks like it should be right here. And apparently it presses down like that. So we got that. So here's battery 1, and here's battery 2. They go different ways, and it's as you would expect it, with the back being where the spring is. 1 and 2. Batteries installed. We're going to put the cover back on. And you heard that snap. So that is done. And it looks like I'll have to put in the date and time, and you don't need to see that. I'll be right back. So though you can't see it, I set up the date and the time. They're important because as it saves the information, you want to be able to see what kind of trend you have at different times, perhaps different days. So back to the quick start guide. We have downloaded the app. We've installed the batteries. Looks like now it's going to be time to pair the smart device. Enable Bluetooth on your smart device, which I have. Open the app and follow instructions. So let's do that. Just a note that after I set up the date and time, when I logged in on the app, I did have to input my some of my personal information. So I had to put my age, my height, etc. So first thing is it said to get started to pair our blood pressure device to our phone. Pair now. Location services, so I do have to provide location services, and that's okay. And I think that would also help. I will get my phone. I'm on the phone right now, and so I'll be right back as soon as I make sure Bluetooth is set up. I got a notice that it couldn't find the monitor, so I'm wondering if maybe I just don't have it on. So now I have it on, so let's try again. Could not find monitor, so we'll try again. I continue to not be able to pair it, and now I looked at the unit, though it's not in the instructions. On the pairing, it says enable Bluetooth on smart device, open app, follow instructions. But it turns out there is here a little Bluetooth button. So let me push and hold that and see if maybe that will get things started. So I'm going to push and hold that for about 10 seconds. And now let me go back to the app. And let's see this time. Pair now. Let's see if maybe it finds it this time, because I pressed the pairing or the Bluetooth button on the device. So I still don't see that. Could not find monitor again. So I guess I'm going to do this one more time. Okay, I've now paired it. And the way I had to do it is I went back in, I took the batteries out, put them back in again. And after I did that, I pressed and held this little Bluetooth button for 5 seconds. The letter P popped up and was flashing here. I then paired it with my phone. So it gives me some information now, how to take my blood pressure. So it looks like it might be all ready to do. And I think we'll test it out. So it gives me an option here to connect it to my Google Fit. So I'm going to give it that. I'm going to allow it to do that. I've now placed it on my wrist, and as you can see, it's on my wrist. Should be tight enough, or I can't fit my finger there, and should be away from the bone here on the side. And it is, so that doesn't interrupt it. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to start, and so I didn't pay attention to instructions, and I have E5, which I assume is an error 5. So now I'm going to do it according to the instructions and take the measurement and place the monitor at the same level as your heart. Your back and arm should have support. None of the above is what I did. I didn't take it exactly right, but so the first reading here is not what I typically get. It's higher. So I'll test it a couple more times, but I think I'm starting to understand how to do this. Well, I guess this is my current blood pressure. I took it again, and it's 126/78. I did have to set it to number 2 for myself, so it accurately kept the record, and we'll see if it worked on the app. This will be very difficult for you to see, but my blood pressure history, you could see here, it did place it on this graph. Says that my numbers are elevated, which they are. That is high for me. And so we'll see how this works. Now here is a little bit closer to what I think it should be. It shows 102/80. So I'll keep working on this until I know that I've got it placed properly on my wrist, and I'll do one more, and we'll say that 3 would be the right indicator. Well, the third one comes back at 125/71. So I guess I'm starting to see where my blood pressure currently is. It looks like it's in the mid 120s. I've finished most of my testing. So this is the last one I just did, and it's hard for you to see, but it was 119/74. Still need to do a little bit of work. Heart rate was 68, not terrible, not great. So I have all of that. The only thing left to do is to figure out how to connect it with Google Fit. let's finish up the Omron blood pressure monitor for the wrist. So here's the app, and I've had it for a few days now. I've been using it. Seems to be accurate based on other readings I've received. So you tap on history, and it shows you two things here. It's kind of nice. So it shows you what your history has been. These are averages per day, and you could tap on it and tells you your daily average. And you could tell the days where I was outside walking. This was the first day where I wasn't quite ready. And then it tells you here what it was. In other words, this morning it says it was normal. Here is the high, the systolic, diastolic, and beats per minute of your heart. And you could even put notes in there, like one of the days I put, let me see if I find it here. This isn't it. There's one where I put that it was, yeah. So this one I put that it was 105/61, really nice. But, oh, by the way, it was after I took my walk. So I go back and I look, and I have one that was before I took the walk. So you could put notes. So here it was before I took the walk. It was 113/60. It's nice also because you could see it during different times of the day. And so I think it's a nice app. It's a good app. The only issue I have at this point is right here is it will not connect with Google Fit. I'm working with Omron on that, and I hope to have that finished up sometime yet today. So overall, works well, good, simple to use, works every time. It's a good product.